the soul, an idea that has long intrigued humanity. So, what happens when we leave this world behind? Do we truly cease to exist? Or is there a spiritual journey waiting for us? This question has sparked endless curiosity, and throughout history, various cultures and religions have put forward different theories about the soul and its journey after death. Some people believe that souls can return to visit their loved ones, witnessing what's happening in their lives, feeling their joy and sorrow, and even trying to communicate through subtle signs. Could it be true that the soul lingers somewhere nearby, still present among those they hold dear? This question forces us to pause and reflect on the invisible existence of the soul. In our everyday lives, can we truly sense the presence of these souls? Are the whispers of the wind, strange noises, or even sudden dreams ways in which souls communicate with us? Could it be that these signs aren't mere coincidences but messages sent by spirits from another world? Stories of spirits continue to circulate in conversations, and many believe that there is a unique connection between the living and the dead that we have yet to fully understand. So, have you ever experienced odd moments? Feelings that are hard to explain? Have you ever felt as though someone was watching over you? Or had a sense that a soul was standing beside you during a significant moment? These small signs could be hints from an unseen world that we don't fully comprehend. We'd love to know your thoughts on this subject. Do you believe in the existence of souls? Could it be that souls are still around us, observing and interacting with our lives? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. We are eager to hear your stories and perspectives on one of the most mysterious topics. If you're curious and want to continue exploring stories like this, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss any future videos. Let's embark on this journey together to uncover the secrets of the soul and the invisible world surrounding us. The concept of the soul has been central to human thought for millennia, touching various domains from religion to philosophy, science, and mysticism. At its core, the soul is believed to be an immortal essence that exists beyond the physical body, a part of us that may transcend death. Yet, as long as it has existed as a concept, so too have the countless theories about its nature, origin, and destiny. These theories have evolved over time, shaped by cultural, spiritual, and scientific beliefs that offer us a wide range of interpretations of what the soul truly is. One of the most prominent ideas comes from religious and spiritual traditions. Many religions, whether it be Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, or Buddhism, describe the soul as an eternal, indestructible part of a person that continues to exist after physical death. In these traditions, the soul's journey after death is often viewed through the lens of morality, with the fate of the soul determined by the actions of the individual during their lifetime. Christianity, for example, teaches that after death, the soul is judged by God, with the righteous being rewarded with eternal life in heaven and the wicked facing eternal damnation in hell. This understanding of the soul emphasizes the importance of morality and divine justice. Similarly, in Islam, the soul undergoes judgment by Allah after death, with its eternal fate determined by one's deeds and faith in life. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the soul's journey is thought to be more cyclical, revolving around the concept of reincarnation. Hindus believe that the soul, or Atman, is eternal and transmigrates from one body to another, undergoing countless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. This process continues until the soul achieves liberation, moksha, from the cycle of samsara and reunites with the ultimate reality, Brahman. Similarly, Buddhists view the soul as part of the cycle of samsara, but with a focus on the cessation of suffering through enlightenment, which leads to the cessation of rebirth and the end of the cycle of suffering. However, beyond religious interpretations, there are also philosophical and metaphysical perspectives that offer differing views on the soul's nature. One such theory is dualism, famously proposed by the philosopher René Descartes in the 17th century. Descartes' mind-body dualism posited that the mind, or soul, and the body are two distinct entities. The body, as a physical object, is governed by the laws of nature, while the mind or soul is non-material and exists outside the realm of physical laws. This concept suggests that the soul has a separate existence from the body, which raises the question of what happens to this immaterial essence after death. For Descartes, the soul is immortal, continuing to exist beyond physical death, free from the confines of the body. In contrast to dualism, materialism offers a different view of the soul. Materialists argue that the mind or consciousness is not separate from the body, but is instead a product of the brain's physical processes. According to this theory, when the body dies, consciousness ceases to exist, and the soul, if it exists at all, is simply a byproduct of our biological functions. From this perspective, the idea of an immortal soul is seen as a comforting but ultimately unfounded belief, rooted more in tradition than in scientific evidence. The theory of panpsychism offers yet another view. This philosophical position suggests that consciousness is a fundamental and ubiquitous property of the universe, present not only in humans and animals, but in all forms of matter, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies. According to panpsychism, the soul, or what we might call consciousness, does not originate from the brain or the body, but is intrinsic to the fabric of reality itself. In this view, the soul is not an individual entity, but rather a universal phenomenon that persists across time and space, existing in everything. From this perspective, the soul's journey may not be a personal experience at all, but part of a larger cosmic flow of consciousness. Another interesting theory is that of the collective unconscious, proposed by the Swiss psychologist Carl Jung. Jung theorized that all humans share a collective unconscious, a reservoir of shared memories and archetypes that transcend individual experiences and consciousness. This collective unconscious is said to connect all souls, forming a deeper, more universal link between individuals. Jung believed that the soul is not an isolated entity, but part of a greater whole, and that our understanding of the soul is influenced by this shared spiritual inheritance. This concept touches on the idea of interconnectedness, suggesting that the soul is not simply an individual experience, but a part of a much larger, collective spiritual reality. Modern scientific approaches have also attempted to tackle the question of the soul. Although these theories tend to focus on the mind and consciousness rather than the soul in the traditional sense, neuroscientists, for example, study the brain's role in consciousness and cognition, attempting to understand how subjective experiences arise from neural activity. One prominent theory is that consciousness emerges from the complex interactions of neurons and synapses within the brain. However, the exact mechanism by which consciousness arises remains a mystery, and some scientists have speculated that there may be aspects of consciousness that are yet to be understood. This leaves open the question of whether there is an immaterial soul or whether consciousness itself could be the closest thing to a soul we can understand. Quantum mechanics, the branch of physics that deals with the behavior of particles on a subatomic level, has also entered the conversation about the soul. Some proponents of quantum theories suggest that consciousness may be related to quantum processes, potentially offering a bridge between the physical world and the metaphysical. One idea, known as quantum consciousness, posits that the soul, or consciousness, could be a quantum phenomenon, existing in a realm beyond classical physical reality. This theory raises the possibility that, just as subatomic particles can exist in multiple states at once, the soul might also transcend the limitations of time and space, existing in a state of potentiality after death. Despite the wide variety of theories, one common thread runs through them all: the belief in a spiritual essence or force that connects us to something greater than ourselves. Whether viewed as a divine spark, a cosmic consciousness, or an emergent property of the brain, the idea of the soul transcends the physical and invites us to contemplate our place in the universe. Each of these theories offers a unique lens through which we can explore our own beliefs and experiences of the soul. It is a topic that touches on the deepest questions of existence, life, and death, and it remains one of the most profound mysteries of human thought. As we consider these various theories, we might ask, do we each have a soul? And if so, what is its true nature? Does it continue on after death? Or is it simply a product of our biological processes? Is there a greater spiritual connection that transcends the individual, linking all of us in a vast cosmic web of consciousness? These are questions that we may never fully answer, but they remain a fundamental part of our quest to understand the nature of existence itself. Have you ever thought about these theories? What do you believe happens to the soul after death? Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective and any personal experiences that might help shed light on this mysterious subject. And if you're fascinated by the topic of the soul, make sure to like and subscribe to stay updated as we dive deeper into this journey of spiritual exploration. The question of what happens to the soul after death has captivated humanity for centuries. Different cultures, religions, and spiritual traditions have presented diverse views on the soul's journey once it departs from the physical body. These beliefs reflect the profound curiosity and fear that comes with the unknown nature of death. While no definitive answers exist, many share a common thread. The soul's transition is viewed as a profound shift that involves both spiritual and metaphysical aspects of existence. The transition from life to afterlife is not just a one-time event. It is believed by many to be an expansive journey that unfolds in stages. For many religious traditions, death is seen as a passage from one form of existence to another. In Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, there is a belief in an afterlife, where the soul is judged and either rewarded or punished based on its actions during life. This transition is often marked by a definitive moment, such as an encounter with God or an angelic being, who guides the soul toward its final destination, be it heaven, hell, or a state of eternal peace. The specifics of the soul's journey vary, but the core idea remains. Death is not the end but a passage into another realm of existence, one where the soul continues to exist and experience. In contrast, Eastern religions like Hinduism and Buddhism view the transition of the soul as part of an ongoing cycle. Reincarnation, the soul, or Atman in Hinduism, is seen as an eternal essence that cannot be destroyed. After death, it is believed to leave the body and enter another one, taking on a new form based on the accumulated karma of the previous life. The cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, known as samsara, continues until the soul reaches enlightenment and is liberated, achieving moksha in Hinduism or nirvana in Buddhism. This liberation is not just an escape from physical rebirth, but a transcendence of the material world and all its attachments. The soul, in this view, is constantly evolving, refining itself as it progresses through different lives until it reaches a state of perfect understanding and peace. While these religious perspectives offer vivid and structured ideas about the soul's journey, there are also more philosophical and mystical interpretations of what happens after death. One such view is the idea of the soul's awakening or expansion of consciousness. This theory suggests that upon death, the soul is freed from the limitations of the physical body and experiences an awakening or expansion of awareness that allows it to perceive the world in new and profound ways. Without the confines of the body, the soul may perceive a greater interconnectedness between all things, feeling a deep connection with other souls, nature, and even the universe itself. In some beliefs, this expansion of consciousness allows the soul to experience a sort of panoramic vision, seeing not just the events of its own life, but also the broader tapestry of existence, past, present, and future. This concept of expanded awareness is often described in near-death experiences, NDEs, in which individuals who have temporarily died or come close to death report vivid, life-changing experiences. Many people who have had NDEs describe an overwhelming sense of peace, a feeling of floating outside their bodies, and sometimes encounters with deceased loved ones or spiritual beings. These experiences often include a life review, where the individual witnesses the impact of their actions, thoughts, and decisions on others, offering a deep sense of understanding and clarity. The experience is described as transformative, with many individuals reporting a renewed sense of purpose and connection to the world around them once they return to their physical bodies. This phenomenon suggests that, at the moment of death, the soul may undergo a profound awakening, gaining access to higher planes of consciousness that were previously inaccessible. One interpretation of the soul's transition is that death is merely the shedding of a physical form, and the soul's journey continues in an altered state, This idea is common in esoteric traditions and metaphysical philosophies. According to these teachings, when the soul departs the body, it enters a transitional realm or state where it experiences a period of reflection, healing, or preparation for the next phase of its existence. This realm is often described as a liminal space, neither fully alive nor fully dead, a place where the soul undergoes purification and learning before it either reincarnates or ascends to a higher state of being. The transition to this realm is sometimes described as a process of letting go of earthly attachments and allowing the soul to shed the identity it has carried throughout life, freeing itself from ego and self-importance. In some beliefs, the soul's transition after death is not just a solitary journey, but one that involves interaction with spiritual guides, ancestors, or beings from other realms. In many indigenous cultures, the spirits of the deceased are thought to remain connected to the living world, offering guidance and protection to their descendants. These spirits may visit in dreams or send signs and symbols that communicate their presence or intention. In other traditions, it is believed that the soul is accompanied by spiritual guides or angels, who help it navigate the transition into the afterlife and ensure it reaches its final destination. These guides may offer comfort and reassurance, helping the soul let go of fear and confusion as it enters the unknown. Another theory is the idea of soul fragmentation. According to this belief, when a person dies, their soul does not necessarily leave in one complete form. Instead, it may fragment into smaller pieces or aspects that continue to exist in different forms. Some fragments may remain connected to the living world, either in the form of hauntings, memories, or apparitions. Other fragments may merge with the collective consciousness, contributing to a larger, more universal understanding of existence. In this sense, the soul's transition after death is not just a simple shift from life to death, but a process of dispersal and redistribution of energy, consciousness, and essence, regardless of the specific interpretation. There is a common thread in all of these views. The soul's journey after death is seen as a profound and transformative process. The transition is not merely the end of life, but the beginning of something new, a continuation of the soul's existence in a different form or state. Whether the soul enters a higher plane of consciousness, is judged and rewarded, reincarnates into a new body, or experiences a period of reflection and healing, the transition is often viewed as a necessary and meaningful part of the soul's evolution. As we consider the soul's transition after death, we are reminded of the mysterious and spiritual aspects of human existence. The question of what happens after death is a question that transcends the material world and touches on the very nature of consciousness, reality, and the essence of being. It is a question that, while elusive and ultimately unknowable, continues to drive human curiosity, offering us a glimpse into the possibilities that lie beyond this physical realm. What are your thoughts on the soul's journey after death? Do you believe in the idea of a spiritual awakening or transformation after death? Share your perspective in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections on this fascinating topic. And if you're intrigued by these ideas, don't forget to like and subscribe to continue exploring the mysteries of the soul and the afterlife. The connection between the living and the departed has always been a subject of fascination. Stories of encounters with deceased loved ones, spiritual visits, and the subtle signs from the beyond are widespread across cultures and beliefs. For many, the idea that souls continue to interact with the living after death provides a sense of comfort, a feeling that their loved ones have not truly left them, but rather exist in another form, one that is still present and capable of reaching out. These interactions, whether through dreams, signs, or even direct communication, suggest that the bond between the living and the dead may transcend the boundaries of physical existence. One of the most common forms of interaction between the living and the deceased is through dreams. Throughout history, people have reported vivid dreams of loved ones who have passed away, often feeling as though they were in direct contact with them. These dreams can be incredibly comforting, as they allow individuals to reconnect with their departed family members or friends. In some cases, the deceased may offer guidance, reassurance, or even warnings through these dreams. People who have had such experiences often describe feeling an overwhelming sense of peace and closure upon waking, as if they have been granted a momentary reunion with the deceased. These dreams are sometimes so powerful and vivid that they are seen as messages or signs from the other side, offering solace and a sense of continuity beyond death. In addition to dreams, many people report experiencing signs or symbols that seem to be sent by the deceased. These signs can take many forms: a favorite song suddenly playing on the radio, a particular flower appearing in an unexpected place, or a familiar smell that evokes memories of the departed. Some individuals believe that these signs are deliberate communications from the spirit world, meant to remind the living that their loved ones are still present and watching over them. These messages may not always be as clear-cut as words, but the emotional impact of these signs often feels profound, creating a sense of reassurance that the bond between the living and the dead remains unbroken. The appearance of physical phenomena, such as unexplained sounds or movements, is another way souls are believed to interact with the living. In many cultures, there are stories of objects moving on their own, doors opening and closing without explanation, or light bulbs flickering when someone is thinking of a departed loved one. Some people believe that these occurrences are the result of the energies or spirits of the deceased trying to communicate or make their presence known, while some might view these events as coincidences or optical illusions. Others interpret them as the souls of the departed reaching out from the beyond, attempting to send a message or make a connection. These experiences can be both unsettling and comforting, depending on one's belief system and personal experience. The role of mediums and spiritualists in facilitating communication between the living and the dead is another fascinating aspect of soul interactions. Mediums claim to be able to connect with spirits, acting as intermediaries between the two worlds. They use various techniques, such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, or psychometry, to receive messages from the deceased and relay them to their living relatives. While the legitimacy of mediumship is a topic of debate, many people report profound experiences with mediums, feeling that they received information from their loved ones that was too specific or accurate to be a coincidence. For some, a session with a medium offers a sense of closure, helping them process grief and gain insights into unresolved emotions. While most interactions are subtle and intangible, there are also instances where souls are believed to actively protect or guide the living. Many people have shared stories of feeling as though their deceased loved ones were watching over them during difficult times, offering a sense of comfort and protection. Some report feeling an invisible presence that seems to shield them from danger or provide a sense of guidance during moments of uncertainty. This protective role of spirits is often seen as an extension of the love and care they gave during their earthly lives, continuing even after death, whether through a sense of safety, intuition, or the appearance of signs. Many people feel that their loved ones in spirit are actively helping them navigate the challenges of life. These interactions often carry profound emotional significance for those who experience them. The belief that the soul lives on after death and that the departed can continue to communicate with the living can offer tremendous comfort. For grieving individuals, these interactions are seen as evidence that their loved ones are not truly gone, but merely transformed into a different state of being. It provides a sense of connection that transcends the limitations of time and space, allowing individuals to continue their relationship with those who have passed. In this sense, death is not the end of the bond. It is merely a change in the way the connection is experienced. However, not all interactions between souls and the living are positive or comforting. Some people report disturbing encounters with spirits, such as feeling watched, hearing voices, or experiencing a sense of dread in the presence of certain spirits. These experiences often occur in places where violent or traumatic deaths have occurred, leading some to believe that unsettled or restless spirits may linger, unable to find peace. In these cases, the soul's transition is thought to be incomplete, or the soul itself may be confused, angry, or unable to let go of its earthly attachments. While these types of encounters are less common, they highlight the complexity of the soul's journey and the potential for spirits to have different experiences after death. Some traditions believe that these souls may require guidance or assistance in moving on to the afterlife, and the living can help by offering prayers, rituals, or other forms of spiritual intervention. The emotional and psychological effects of these interactions are not limited to the individuals who experience them. In fact, the presence of a deceased loved one can sometimes influence the lives of entire families or communities. Shared experiences, such as multiple family members hearing the same message or feeling the same presence, can strengthen the belief in the continuing existence of the soul and the importance of spiritual connection. These shared encounters can lead to a deeper sense of community, as people come together to reflect on their experiences and find meaning in the signs and messages they have received. While the idea of interaction between the living and the dead is often met with skepticism in the modern world, it continues to be a central aspect of human experience. Across cultures and belief systems, there is a shared understanding that the bond between the living and the deceased is not easily severed. Whether through dreams, signs, or direct communication, souls are believed to continue influencing the lives of their loved ones, offering guidance, protection, and comfort from the other side. These interactions remind us that death is not necessarily an end, but rather a transformation, a continuation of the soul's journey in a different form, one that still maintains a deep connection to those who remain behind. How have you experienced interactions with loved ones who have passed? Do you believe in the idea of souls reaching out to guide or comfort the living? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to continue exploring the mysteries of the soul and the afterlife. The idea that souls continue to exist after death raises profound questions about the nature of life, death, and the lessons we learn along the way. While many cultures view the soul as an immortal entity that transcends earthly existence, there is also a belief that souls impart wisdom and teachings to the living, even after they have passed. Whether these lessons come in the form of dreams, messages, or subtle signs, they often carry a deep and transformative power that can alter the way we perceive life, love, and the world around us. One of the most powerful lessons that souls are thought to offer is the importance of living fully in the present moment. When someone passes away, it can serve as a stark reminder of the transient nature of life. Souls, in their continued existence, are believed to see the human experience from a broader perspective, one that is free from the constraints of time and physicality. They may encourage the living to embrace each day with mindfulness and gratitude, to cherish the fleeting moments that make up a life, and to seek meaning in every experience. After all, the very fragility of life is what gives it its value, and the soul's wisdom encourages us to not take our time for granted. Many people who have had near-death experiences or encounters with the deceased report a profound shift in their perspective on life. They often speak about the realization that material possessions, status, and achievements are not as important as the intangible qualities of love, connection, and personal growth. The souls, in their continued existence, are thought to view these earthly attachments as fleeting and ultimately inconsequential in the grand scheme of existence. Instead, they focus on the lessons that help individuals grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. The wisdom of the soul teaches that what truly matters is how we treat one another, the love we give, and the compassion we show, rather than the things we accumulate. Another significant life lesson that souls are believed to impart is the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is often seen as one of the most difficult and yet most essential practices in human existence. Holding on to resentment, anger, and past hurts can create a barrier to personal healing and growth. Souls, observing the complexities of human relationships, are thought to understand the transformative power of letting go of these negative emotions. They encourage the living to forgive not only others, but also themselves. Through forgiveness, individuals are said to free themselves from the emotional burdens that weigh them down, allowing their hearts and minds to heal and open up to greater possibilities. Acceptance of death and the afterlife is another profound lesson that souls are believed to share with the living. Death, for many, is an overwhelming and frightening concept. However, souls, in their eternal wisdom, are thought to offer a different perspective on death, not as an end, but as a natural transition. This shift in perspective can help individuals find peace with the idea of their own mortality and the mortality of others. Rather than fearing death, souls encourage the living to embrace it as part of the cycle of existence. By doing so, individuals can approach life with greater courage, knowing that death is not something to be feared, but rather a continuation of the soul's journey. The lesson of unconditional love is another key teaching that many believe souls offer. Love is often regarded as the most powerful force in the universe. Transcending time, space, and even death itself, souls are thought to continue loving those they leave behind, offering support, protection, and guidance from the other side. This love is unconditional, free from judgment or expectation. Souls, in their wisdom, understand that love is not something to be confined to earthly relationships alone, but is a universal force that connects all beings, living or deceased. The lesson of unconditional love encourages the living to approach others with empathy and kindness, regardless of differences, and to cultivate love in all aspects of life. The idea that souls offer guidance through life's challenges is another powerful lesson. Many people have reported receiving signs or messages from deceased loved ones during moments of difficulty, uncertainty, or pain. These messages can come in various forms, whether through dreams, synchronicities, or feelings of support, but the underlying message is often one of reassurance. Souls, with their broader understanding of existence, are believed to offer wisdom on how to navigate life's obstacles. They remind the living that challenges are part of the human experience and that, through perseverance, strength, and faith, individuals can overcome even the most difficult situations. Souls encourage the living to trust in the process of life, knowing that even in times of suffering, there is potential for growth, healing, and transformation. Perspective on human relationships is another area in which souls are thought to provide invaluable guidance. From the other side, souls are believed to see human relationships with clarity, recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings. They understand that relationships, both positive and negative, are opportunities for growth and learning. Souls often encourage the living to cherish the relationships that bring them joy and fulfillment, while also teaching them to learn from those that challenge them. Through these experiences, individuals are thought to develop greater empathy, compassion, and understanding. Souls help the living see that, ultimately, the relationships we form are the most meaningful aspects of life and that the love we share with others endures beyond physical death. The lesson of personal transformation is another powerful theme that souls are believed to impart. Many spiritual traditions hold that the purpose of life is to learn, evolve, and grow spiritually. Souls, having already undergone their own processes of growth, are seen as guides for the living on this path. They remind individuals that personal growth often comes through hardship, and that the trials and tribulations of life are opportunities for spiritual advancement. Souls encourage the living to embrace change and transformation, to continually seek self-awareness, and to strive for a higher state of being. Through this process, individuals can achieve a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in the universe. Finally, souls teach the importance of spiritual connection with oneself, others, and the divine. In their continued existence, souls are believed to be fully connected to the universe and all its mysteries. This connection is one of unity, love, and profound understanding. Souls encourage the living to seek their own spiritual path, to cultivate a deeper sense of connection to the world around them, and to understand their place within the greater cosmic order. This spiritual connection is not limited to religious practices, but extends to a broader sense of reverence for life, nature, and the interconnectedness of all things. The lessons imparted by souls are timeless and universal. They encourage the living to embrace love, forgiveness, and personal growth, to seek peace with death, and to live fully in the present moment, whether through dreams, signs, or feelings of connection. The wisdom of the departed continues to guide and inspire the living, reminding them that life is a journey of learning, transformation, and spiritual awakening. What lessons have you learned from loved ones who have passed away? Do you feel their presence guiding you in your life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this exploration into the life lessons imparted by souls, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating insights. The desire to connect with the souls of loved ones who have passed away is a deeply human instinct, driven by the yearning for closure, understanding, and ongoing connection. While we may not always be able to perceive or communicate with souls in the way we would like, there are various methods and practices that many people believe can help bridge the gap between the physical and spiritual worlds. These methods are rooted in ancient traditions, spiritual practices, and personal experiences that suggest it is possible to connect with the departed and receive messages, guidance, or comfort. One of the most commonly used methods for connecting with the soul is meditation. Meditation has been practiced for centuries as a means of calming the mind, connecting with the divine, and achieving spiritual insight. In the context of soul communication, meditation serves as a tool to quiet the mental chatter and create a receptive space for subtle messages from the other side. When engaging in meditation, individuals can focus on their intention to connect with a specific loved one or simply open themselves up to the broader presence of souls. By clearing the mind of distractions and allowing space for intuitive messages, many believe that meditation can facilitate a stronger connection to the spiritual realm. There are specific guided meditations designed to help individuals connect with the souls of departed loved ones. These meditations often involve visualizing a peaceful and serene environment where communication with the spirit world can take place. In these sessions, the meditator may be guided to imagine a meeting with their loved one, feel their presence, and even ask questions or receive messages. Some practitioners also use breathing techniques to deepen the experience, allowing them to reach a state of heightened awareness in which they feel more attuned to spiritual energies. In addition to meditation, dreams have long been a powerful method for communicating with souls. Many cultures and spiritual traditions believe that dreams provide a direct link between the living and the dead, offering a realm where the boundaries between the two worlds are less rigid. Souls are thought to visit their loved ones in dreams to offer messages, comfort, or guidance. These dreams often feel vivid and real, leaving the dreamer with a sense of deep connection. To enhance the likelihood of receiving a message in a dream, some people engage in practices such as keeping a dream journal, setting an intention before sleep to connect with a specific soul, or using specific objects or rituals to invite communication. Another method that many people turn to is working with signs and symbols. Throughout history, various symbols, objects, and natural phenomena have been associated with the spiritual realm. For example, the sight of a butterfly, a particular bird, or a specific flower can be interpreted as a message from a departed loved one. These signs can appear unexpectedly, often when a person is thinking about the deceased or going through an emotional moment. The key to interpreting these signs is to be open to the possibility that they are more than just coincidence. Many individuals report feeling a sense of comfort and connection when they notice these familiar symbols, believing that they are messages from the spirit world. Similarly, some people rely on the power of synchronicity to connect with souls. Synchronicity refers to the meaningful coincidences that seem to occur at just the right moment, often when we are contemplating life, love, or loss. These moments can feel like a direct communication from the spiritual realm, offering guidance or reassurance. For instance, a person might hear a song that was significant to a loved one just when they need to hear it, or they may encounter a place or item that reminds them of the deceased in a meaningful way. Synchronicity can be a powerful reminder that the connection between the living and the departed is not always as distant as it may seem. For those who feel they need a more direct or focused experience, spiritual mediums are often sought out to facilitate communication with the souls of the deceased. Mediums are individuals who claim to have the ability to channel messages from spirits, often through a process known as channeling. This process involves the medium entering a trance-like state, during which they believe they can receive messages from the spirit world. These messages can be conveyed through words, images, or even physical sensations. Some mediums specialize in helping individuals connect with specific loved ones, while others offer more general spiritual guidance. It is important to approach mediumship with an open mind and a healthy sense of skepticism, as not all experiences may be verifiable or explainable by science. However, for many, working with a medium provides a sense of closure and connection that is deeply comforting. Writing letters to deceased loved ones is another therapeutic method that many people use to connect with the soul. This practice can be deeply emotional and cathartic, allowing the living to express feelings, ask questions, and seek guidance from the departed. The act of writing a letter serves as a symbolic gesture of communication, even if there is no direct response. In some cases, people report feeling a sense of relief or closure after writing to their loved ones, as it helps them process grief, express unresolved emotions, and maintain a sense of ongoing connection. Some individuals even choose to perform a ritual with their letter, such as burning it, burying it, or placing it in a special location, to symbolize sending the message to the spirit world. Sound also plays a significant role in connecting with souls. Music, in particular, is a universal language that transcends the physical realm. Many people report hearing songs or melodies that remind them of their deceased loved ones, either as a form of spiritual communication or simply as a comforting presence. Some individuals play specific pieces of music or instruments, such as the sound of a bell or chimes, in an attempt to invoke the presence of a loved one's soul. The resonance of sound, whether through nature's sounds or musical instruments, is believed to carry energetic vibrations that can attract spiritual energies and open the channels for communication. In some cultures, rituals and ceremonies are used to honor and communicate with souls. These can include practices like lighting candles, offering prayers, or performing traditional dances or chants that are believed to invite the souls of ancestors or loved ones to visit. In some cultures, an annual celebration or remembrance, such as the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, in Mexico, is dedicated to honoring the souls of the departed. These rituals create a sacred space in which the living can express gratitude, love, and remembrance for those who have passed on. For many, these ceremonies serve as a powerful way to feel connected to the spirits of the deceased, offering a sense of continuity and love that transcends death. Finally, direct conversation or mental communication with a loved one's soul is another method that some individuals believe in. This involves sitting in quiet reflection, focusing on the loved one's image or memory, and mentally speaking to them, whether asking for guidance, sharing personal news, or simply expressing emotions. While this method may not involve physical communication, many report feeling the presence of the loved one and receiving an intuitive sense of their response, often in the form of a sudden insight or feeling. In conclusion, while there is no single method that guarantees a connection with the soul, many people find comfort and reassurance in these practices, whether through meditation, dreams, symbols, mediumship, or rituals. The quest to communicate with departed souls is driven by the hope of maintaining a bond that transcends physical death. The methods outlined above offer different avenues for individuals to explore, each with its own potential for healing, guidance, and connection. What methods have you used to connect with the souls of your loved ones? Share your experiences in the comments below. And if you found this exploration of spiritual connection helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to continue exploring the mysteries of the soul and beyond. As we reflect on the profound journey of exploring the soul and its connection to the living, it becomes clear that the notion of life beyond death is not just an abstract concept. It is an integral part of human experience. From ancient spiritual traditions to modern-day practices, humans have sought ways to understand, connect with, and even communicate with the souls of those who have passed away. The quest for meaning, closure, and understanding in the face of loss drives us to explore the depths of the spiritual realm, seeking answers that transcend the limitations of the physical world. Throughout this exploration, we have delved into various theories about the soul, considering ideas that range from the soul's continued presence among the living to the possibility of its transformation or release from earthly attachments. These theories offer different perspectives, each providing valuable insight into the mysteries of existence. Whether we believe that souls remain closely connected to the people they left behind, or that they embark on an entirely new journey in another realm, these ideas shape our understanding of life, death, and the eternal nature of consciousness. One of the most fascinating aspects of this journey is the possibility of communication with the souls of loved ones, whether through dreams, signs, or spiritual practices like meditation. We are reminded that the connection between the living and the dead may not be as distant as we often perceive. The notion that a loved one's spirit can send messages or offer comfort after death speaks to the enduring bond that exists between us. Even when separated by physical death, this connection, while intangible, provides solace to many, offering the sense that our loved ones are never truly gone. They remain a part of our lives in ways that may not always be visible but are deeply felt. The idea that souls continue to influence and guide us after death invites us to reconsider our understanding of life itself. Many of the lessons shared by souls, whether through direct messages or subtle signs, center around themes of love, forgiveness, and interconnectedness. These lessons serve as a reminder that our actions, thoughts, and emotions have lasting effects, not only on those around us but on the very essence of our being. Souls, from the other side, seem to offer a broader, more compassionate perspective on life, urging us to live with greater awareness, gratitude, and love. As we explore different methods of connecting with the souls of the departed, from meditation and dreams to rituals and signs, we are reminded that the boundaries between the living and the dead are not as rigid as they may seem. Each practice offers a different way to bridge the gap, whether it's through quiet reflection, engaging with the spiritual realm, or seeking guidance from spiritual mediums. The diverse ways in which people connect with souls reflect the rich tapestry of human belief, experience, and longing for understanding. These practices are not merely about seeking answers. They are about nurturing a deeper connection with the spiritual essence that exists beyond our earthly existence. Ultimately, the question of whether souls persist after death and how they interact with the living remains one of the great mysteries of human existence. While there may be no definitive answer, the journey of exploring the soul provides us with a sense of hope, connection, and meaning, whether we believe in an afterlife, reincarnation, or the continuation of consciousness in some other form. The idea that souls continue to exist and impact our lives offers comfort in the face of loss. It suggests that life is not just a finite experience but part of a larger, interconnected cycle that transcends time and space. As we conclude this exploration, it's important to remember that the connections we share with our loved ones, both living and deceased, are rooted in love, respect, and remembrance. The journey of connecting with souls is not only about seeking messages from the other side, but also about honoring the bonds we've shared with those who have touched our lives. By nurturing these connections, we keep their memories alive and continue to learn from the lessons they impart. We invite you to reflect on your own experiences with the spiritual realm. Have you ever felt a connection with a loved one who has passed away? What methods or practices have helped you navigate the complexities of life, death, and the soul? Your stories and insights are valuable, and we encourage you to share them in the comments below. If you found this exploration of the soul and its connection to the living insightful and thought-provoking, we invite you to continue the journey with us. Like and subscribe to our channel, so you never miss an opportunity to explore new mysteries, unravel ancient wisdom, and dive deeper into the profound aspects of life that shape our understanding of the world. The journey is ongoing, and the more we share, the more we can uncover together. Thank you for joining us in this exploration, and may the souls of those who have passed continue to guide and inspire you on your path.